A man's personality and character is exuded through his haircut. Your image is important. Our high-end services range from a traditional haircut and shave to gray blending, beard shaping, and unwanted hair removal. Located at 425 Victoria Avenue East. Book your appointment online now at modernmen.ca or call Tammy, 306-522-4111. Modern Men, a haircut for the modern man.
Hello, I'm Sean McNall, owner of TG Marketing. We are a promotional product company located in Regina, Saskatchewan. Originally founded by Tom G. McNall in 1985, we are now in our 35th year of business. My brother Ryan and I, along with our great staff, have carried the torch since Tom retired in 2011. For those of you who don't know what we do, we sell items with a company's logo on it, like clothing, pens, phone chargers, Bluetooth speakers. The list of products available is endless. Our products are a great form of advertising. Whether you want to give a gift to a valued client or show your appreciation to your staff, we have a friendly team that can help find the right product for your needs. The key to our success has been our customer service and our vast knowledge of products in our industry. We ask the right questions to get you in line with the proper product for the project you are working on. Stop by 1046 Winnipeg Street and view our showroom. Get some ideas for that next promotion you're working on. Let's make your business what everyone's talking about.
The players are going to vote to play because guess what players do, Darren? They play, and they want to play. But in the end, the owners are going to kibosh it because it's going to cost them too much money. So it's going to be on the owners. That's my prediction. We're going to get this baton really far in the relay race, and then it's going to be dropped near the finish line. That's my prediction on this.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
It absolutely is. Welcome, everybody. Canada's daytime sports talk show is leaving the harbor. That's probably not my proudest prediction that came true, that the CFL was going to cancel the season weeks before they actually did. I wasn't happy about that, but
right.
Yeah, well, it's going to be part of our topics today. But big hockey day. Thursdays have become a hockey day. Blue Jays Day. Settle in for the next 2 hours. Thanks for joining us for Caliber Coffee here this morning, wherever you may be watching across the Great White North or our Canadian sports fan friends in America. He's Moose. I'm Rod. You ready to go?
Always.
Love the golf shirt. Are you golfing later today?
No, next week the course opens.
It's very brazen of you to wear a mint-colored golf shirt in here with a green screen. Wouldn't you say, Ryan?
It looks good.
Very brazen.
It works. It almost comes off like a
very
baby blue.
Very bold of you to do that. On the program today from TSN Montreal, Joey Alfieri. He can talk about all kinds of things. We'll be talking Montreal Canadiens with him. We'll be talking maybe a little MLS soccer. He's a big NFL fan. CFL, of course. Joey Alfieri will be with us in Block 2 of Hour 1. And Sportsnet's Arash Madani, the guy that you love or hate or love to hate. Arash Madani will be with us. Can't wait to join our buddy Arash Madash. But let's get rolling with the quick 6 show topics, please. Director Jordan. And as you see, the Prairie Mobile text line is open for anything that tickles your fancy at 306-840-8777. And I must, actually, now that I'm looking at the screen, people are going to see something new on the desk over our Hockey Canada goaltenders mask. I got to thank Brandon Crow and Scooter from the Brandon Wheat Kings for the wonderful gift. Not just the toque. This is the one thing that Ryan might take. Check this out, man. They didn't like me wearing the Winnipeg Ice shirt yesterday. Am I right on that, Crozy? 100%. 100%. The Wheat King said it's not okay that you were wearing a Winnipeg Ice workout top yesterday. So I'm loving this stuff. I'm not sure I could wear this under the lights without dying of heat exhaustion. Look at this beautiful CCM in my size, Darren, extra large Wheat Kings jacket.
That's hot.
Size large sweatpants in the sweatpants capital.
Of course.
I'm dropping weight so much with the pink drink, I think I could actually get into a large. And I said, if it's okay with the Wheaties, I'm going to chop this at the knee and make my own shorts out of this. They said, do whatever you want.
So those will be doing laps of Wascana.
That's right. You're going to be seeing these all over town this summer. And then what do you got something there?
Oh, yeah. It's on the chair, but I got the
You didn't bring it in here?
I got the jacket,
Can
couple
you
of
throw it,
shirts.
Crozy?
We'll get some stuff. Something different.
The voice of the Wheat Kings is here in the bunker right now.
This.
So, yeah, put a camera on that. If you look at all this stuff. It's
shirts.
Christmas in here.
This is great.
Courtesy the Brandon Wheat Kings, the number one team in the Dub Hub.
And what's awesome, black is slimming, which I love.
And it goes with everything.
Oh, yeah.
You can wear it on a green screen.
This one's the hot one, right? Long sleeves.
I know. All that stuff is nice.
That's great.
So thank you to the Brandon Wheat Kings very much. How about that? He just dropped it, Crozy. Okay. So we start with hockey, and we got a lot of things to get to here in the warm-up for our friends at the Four Seasons Sports Palace. Order online for pickup or delivery at the Four Seasons Sports Palace, a fabulous Four Seasons pizza and drinks. Here's my leftovers from last night. I don't assume you watched the Oilers game. I had to settle for the highlights because I was watching Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights. But I'm just wondering, do you anti-fight clubbers condone Connor McDavid having to throw his elbows out there like Gordie Howe? Because I'm starting to lose a little respect for the kid. For as much as I watched the Montreal-Edmonton game last night, that was a playoff-style game, and it's like, Connor, they're going to be all over you in the playoffs. I know you don't have a lot of experience in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but they're going to be all over you. And if you start throwing elbows because they're all over you, you're going to be in the penalty box, and you're not going to be able to help your team very much. Now, the Oilers fans went crazy when I said that, and they're saying, Corey Perry took a dive. Look at the video. McDavid shouldn't have been throwing an elbow anyways, and Corey Perry probably did take a dive. But I'm just saying, Wayne, even Mario, they were able to look at somebody on their wing and say, can you take care of this? And then they would. But there's nobody to take care of it anymore. So it's a double-edged sword. Connor's got to make his own room, yet can you do it a little less conspicuous? What do you think about that?
Yeah, like I'm okay with it right now, but it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And it's starting to come off like
kind of whiny.
Like the whiny, spoiled kid.
Yeah.
That, can do what he wants and doesn't expect anything to happen. I'm not quite there yet, but that's the trajectory it's on. And is that his fault? Well, you have to be able to deal with it. You have to have that patience. You have to have that poise, especially if you're going to be the leader of that team and this team's going to have playoff success.
Yeah, so that was my take on that.
Because every team now knows, just get under his skin, get under his skin, get under his skin.
It's working. Yeah, like, come on. Again, Connor's not used to walking in the tall grass like he is right now this late in the season. The game's meaning as much as they do. This is the way it goes. Jeff Kabilas watching in Winnipeg says, Wheaties! From Paul Figler in Red Deer, the operator of the Dub Network website. He says, the Wheaties are becoming my favorite team. How do you like that? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess when the Rebels have lost 12 in a row, that's your team, Figgy. Come on. The Vegas Golden Knights are the first team to clinch a Stanley Cup playoff spot, so kudos to them. I think when they go into the playoffs that Marc-Andre Fleury needs to be the number one goaltender in Vegas. They can't dilly-dally around here with Robin Leonard. They can't. It's got to be the Flower. He's proven, and we're going to talk more about Robin Leonard here in a moment. But I think if it's true that Wayne Newton is the most popular man in Las Vegas and Marc-Andre Fleury is number 2, play the kid. The only guy that doesn't like Wayne Newton, the only guy, you know who it is? Clark Griswold. He was trying to mow his lawn.
That's right. That's right.
You don't mow another man's lawn. Other than that, World Women's Cancellation is not... What?
Nothing. That's just a phenomenal reference because now I'm in that Vegas vacation.
That's the only reason I don't like Wayne Newton. Anyways, World Women's Cancellation, in my opinion, which is actually point 2, isn't sexism. It's COVID. And do you think Hockey Canada and the IIHF wanted to cancel the World Women's? Like, I know that you were responding to viewers yesterday on that. And here's my take. You were saying, hey, the World Under-18s are in Texas. It's wide open down there. This is in Nova Scotia. But you would think people would say, but the World Juniors were played in Edmonton. My take on this is more than anything, it's a business decision to cancel the World Women's Hockey Championship. The World Juniors is a multi-million dollar tournament that brings in millions in sponsorship and TV ratings, revenue. The World Women's Hockey does not. And the other thing is the World Under-18s are all televised on TSN as well, Darren, and that's development. This word that we've heard a ton of in the pandemic. The World Women's Hockey, like I saw Cheryl Pounder on SportsCenter saying, I was gutted. First thing I thought was, join the club. I can give you a very, very, very long list of sporting events that were canceled because of COVID. This has, to me, nothing to do with gender and everything to do with dollars and cents. It was a business decision, and the World Women's Hockey is not really developing players for the National Hockey League, obviously, and it's not a moneymaker. That's my take on that. You?
Yeah, I mean, I have the same take. And it's not a moneymaker. And to be honest, if it was the Men's World Hockey Championship, it probably wouldn't be a moneymaker either, because you only get the leftover guys that aren't in contention in the NHL go. They don't have primetime television, right? They don't get a ton of attention. They get far less than the World Juniors, so it's not about men versus women.
Oh, boy. You see who's watching? Damon Allen, the Hall of Famer, number 9. Hey, Damon. He says, play it in the States. Hey, I'm getting to that. Are you reading my diary, Damon? There's a few viewers that are saying that the whole tournament will be moved to the States, so we'll be watching for that. Paulo, watching on YouTube, says, hey, Rod, where can I find a bio of your career? Enjoying your show on YouTube with my Apple TV 4K from Winnipeg. Thank you, Paulo. Just Google Rod Pedersen bio. A few will come up. I think at least a few of them are correct.
Yeah.
Point 3, CFL leftovers. It dropped yesterday. We had 2 hours to dissect it on the air, the announcement of August 5th, and now 24 hours really to look at where this league is going. I went home and thought about it this way. It reminded me of a TV infomercial for a wonderful, like a super product or a miracle drug. Available now, money back guarantee, subject to these terms and conditions. Right? Even those, the interviews with Randy Ambrosie that I've seen and so forth is we're guaranteeing to play. Read the fine print. Subject to health and restrictions. And beyond that, my spies in Calgary, my Calgary people telling me that there was a poll on the Supper News last night, one of the Calgary TV stations saying, will you go back to a Stampeders game this fall? Will you go to a Stampeders fall if you're vaccinated? I'm not sure what the total question was, but 70% said no. That was what I got. So there's the vaccinations, health restrictions, is all that. Convincing people to come back to the stadium is a whole other hurdle that maybe that's a fourth hurdle the CFL has to look at to play. Now, I think you can find 8,000 people in any CFL market to go to a game, if that's what they're looking at 25%. But I think they missed the boat on a lot of things. Damon's idea of the World Women's Hockey being played in the States. I still think for the good of the players and the game and the league, they could have put them in Bradenton or some facility in Las Vegas and played a 6-game season. Spring League did it. Fan Control Football League did it. I know to a certain degree those is apples and oranges, but you already had the Americans there. It's easy to get the Canadians into America. They missed the boat in a lot of ways. So I'm 60% that the CFL still won't play for all of these hurdles that remain in place. Some are saying it's probably north of that, the chances of them not playing. Those are my leftovers from yesterday. I'm trying to stay positive and listen to what Randy Ambrosie is saying. I love the guy. I really do. But I'm a realist as well. And I think they missed the boat on playing. I think they should have been more creative, bitten the bullet, to use Larry Smith's term, and go play. You?
Yeah, the American thing's interesting because if you're only going to allow 25% in anyway, or if you're not going to get any fans in, then what's the difference where they play? Like, we're not feeling that the Jays don't feel like the Jays just because they're not playing in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
I watch the games. It still feels like the Toronto Blue Jays. Still got the broadcasters there.
Road games do.
It does. It feels like I'm watching Jays games.
Yes.
So, I mean, I would enjoy watching the CFL even if they were playing in different stadiums in the States.
I think they missed the boat.
Yeah.
Damon Allen says, Rod, do you have 2 of my bobbleheads on the desk or 1? 1, Damon. 1. Where is it? It's somewhere under my finger.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go.
He's beside Russell Westbrook? Okay. Oh, you're right in between.
Andrew Harrison, Russell Westbrook.
My eyes aren't good enough. Andrew Harrison, Russell Westbrook. There you are, Damon. Do we want to send me an Argos one now? Eskimos.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Are they going to change that song? And folks dressed up like Eskimos. Are they canceling it?
What would they
Christmas carols now?
What would they change it to?
I'll just cancel the song. This is the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. Point 4, LeBron's deleted tweet. I spent a moment on that, but not a ton. You saw LeBron deleted his tweet. You know what it's all about, right? The
Right.
Ohio cop shot and killed a black female teen that was brandishing a knife, and LeBron took the photo with the cop and tweeted, "You're next." And then he didn't get canceled because he's still LeBron. Last I checked, he's still playing in the NBA. But he deleted the tweet, and his point was he didn't really realize the circumstances around the teen being shot. As you know, I watch ESPN for hours every morning, probably on average 3 hours a day, ESPN. This is really all that they've talked about, save for the NFL draft. And he deleted it saying he wasn't in possession of all the facts. And I thought, isn't that easy to get off the hook for saying that? Is that because it's LeBron that he gets off the hook?
Yeah. People have a respect for him. He's built up enough of that. And so when you have enough in the bank, right, you make a mistake, it gets rid of some of that credibility, but he still has enough built up that I think he'll be okay. You do this too many times, and all of a sudden, you won't be able to bounce back. But I think he's built up enough good credibility and trust with the public.
Just chiming in with some of the viewer comments, Wayne in Victoria, BC says, so even with vaccinations going forward, we're still talking 25% full stadiums. Can the team survive on that? They're saying that they feel that they can, both privately and publicly. I saw Rick Lawlisher, the BC Lions president, saying they're looking at 4,000 or 5,000 fans a game. They could survive on that. So there's a chance. Again, don't worry about any sports items. Follow the news. Joe Biden green-lighted more vaccines being shipped to Canada. They've already sent 1.5 million that I guess they weren't using. So watch that. That's what's going to tell you whether the CFL plays or not. Not any of what the provincial, what Doug Ford's saying, I don't think. We're running out of time here. Point 5, Robin Leonard accuses the NHL of lying. Whew. I watched the whole news conference yesterday out of Vegas. The goalie, basically, did you follow this? I know you leave most of this to me and you do the business stuff.
That's right.
But Leonard said, listen, I got my vaccinations. Why do I still have to stay in my room? It's like a prison. He goes, with my mental health issues, this is not good. He sat there at the microphone and poured his heart out, causing the NHL to come back and say, we never said that once you're vaccinated, you get to leave your room or that the COVID restrictions will go away. So on one side, this is a case where I got to back both sides. Like the NHL said, we never said. You get it, right?
That's right.
Thanks for getting your vaccination, Robin, but you still have to follow health and safety protocols. Like anybody thinks they get their 2 shots and they can go run naked through the streets. You still can't.
That's right.
And Leonard, I guess he felt duped. I guess he didn't read the fine print. That's my take on all that.
Yeah, you don't just become a superhero or become elevated above everybody. I mean, it's great you're vaccinated, but yeah, the rules still apply, unfortunately. Did you see shooters shoot?
What did he say?
Club?
What did he say?
They paid their $5 fine. They were late to the coffee this morning.
Thank you. Ding. I just saw I was late this morning. Have a great show, guys. Yeah, 10 a.m.'s when it starts. Can't you guys tell time? What are you, Willie Nylander? And point 6, the Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 6-3. And I did watch a lot of that game last night, and there was more talk about George Springer than anything else. He might come back tomorrow, or might come back Thursday, might come back Saturday, might come back Sunday. I was like, they're winning without him, okay? George, you tell us when you're feeling okay. Joe Lazito, he's watching in New York. He says, incredible difference between Robin Leonard and LeBron James. Massive difference between the two. I'm just bringing up what they both said yesterday. We'll get into that with Joey and more When we come back, Joey Alfieri. This warm-up's brought to you by the Four Seasons Sports Palace. We'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube, and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full-Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of lemon and Saskatoon berry with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Hey, honey, can you get one of the kids to show me how this Twitter thing works? Honey, I need to get on Instagram. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to the program, and thank you, Joey, for sitting through that. With the Prairie Mobile text line is open, 306-540-8777. We're going to get into your messages in a moment, but Joey Alfieri covers all things Montreal for TSN 690, and he's a good friend of ours. Joins us today from La Belle Province. How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing good. It could be great, but it's snowing here. So just good, not great.
People are talking about this all across the country. Finally, we are not. It's a nice day. I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts here today. You probably are too, my man. But let's start here, by the way. Montreal Canadiens, Edmonton Oilers. There's some upset Oiler fans with the results last night. The Habs winning in Edmonton. Corey Perry, they say, taking a dive on the McDavid elbow. But more than anything, I came out of this saying what a remarkable playoff series it would be if it was Oilers Habs.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to need some help to get there, though, because I don't think they'll match up in the first round. But I think that's probably the matchup that Montreal would like the most. They've played Toronto and Winnipeg pretty tough, but with the Oilers, for whatever reason, I mean, it just seems like, and you saw it last night, they seem like they're in McDavid and Draisaitl's head, and more often than not, they kind of leave them, both those superstars, frustrated. I kind of look at it the other way. There's a couple games in a row now, or 2 out of the last 3 anyway, where Connor McDavid lets those elbows fly quite a bit against Montreal. So you look at the damage that he's done against the other teams across the league or across the Canadian division this year anyway. And really, by comparison, the Canadiens have done a really, really nice job limiting him.
Well, and let's talk about that for a second. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that they're probably not going to line up in round 1, but they could very easily line up in round 2. I mean, they're going to have to meet, if they're as good as we think, somewhere down the line in the playoffs. Are they going out of their way to get in McDavid's kitchen? Like, I see they're knocking him all over the place, but that's playoff hockey. Like, I just don't think Connor, he's got to get used to this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I think he will. I mean, he's too talented to not be able to fight through it anyway. But it's clear. I mean, look, the Canadiens, it's very obvious that they do not have a high-end offensive star like a lot of the other top teams in the Canadian division, right? So how do they do it? You look at what they did in the bubble last year and how they left Crosby and Malkin frustrated, and they end up knocking out the Penguins, in the play-in round, and they end up running out of gas against the Flyers. And I don't know how far they can go this year because they've kind of been up and down after the first 10, 12 games of the season. But it's clear that the way for them to win and have success is to go after the other team's star player and limit the damage they can do, get in their head. They made Draisaitl take a pretty bad penalty. There was an interference penalty after the whistle was blown that he took on Joel Edmondson, and that resulted in the 3-1 goal that the Canadiens got in the third period. McDavid took a couple bad penalties as well. So I think that's how you kind of throw them off. Now, look, as much as they've had success against the 2 Oilers superstars, on the other side with Toronto, Marner and Matthews have eaten them alive for whatever reason. But yeah, I think the Canadiens are going to be a tough out no matter who they play. It's just about whether or not they can get on the right track before the end of the season. Because, look, Calgary's not done. Vancouver's technically not done yet. But it would take a lot. It's a minor miracle for the Canadiens to be caught in 4th place. So it's all about ironing out the kinks and playing your best hockey come playoff time. And if they can do that, I think they're a team that you probably don't want to face because they can get in your face. They can be nasty.
Yes, and we're weeks away from potential matchups, but I would take Habs goaltending against just about anybody but Winnipeg, where it would just be a saw-off more than anything. Carey Price is proven. Look, I don't mind, even though we're in the West, there's so many Canadiens fans out here, and you know that. Joey, you're a Montreal guy. So the move to replace Claude Julien with Dominic Ducharme's paid dividends, I guess. Is it already a win, or do they need to go deep in the playoffs for Ducharme to have the interim tag taken off?
Yeah, I don't think it's a win by any means just yet. The numbers are skewed, and everybody here likes to point out the win-loss record, and Claude Julien had a better record when he was fired than Dominic Ducharme has now. I think it's a little bit misleading just because of the way they started off. And look, I don't think anybody expected them to keep rolling the way they were rolling early on. I mean, they took advantage of Vancouver was absolutely brutal at the beginning of the year. And Montreal was able to dominate them a couple of times. They played Toronto tight, like I said. They played Winnipeg tight. For whatever reason, Calgary and Ottawa, the hard-working teams, have given the Canadiens a really difficult time. But no, I think to a certain extent, to your point about the interim tag being removed, I think he does have to go on a playoff run. I think they have to have some success. And I kind of think that the general manager, Marc Bergevin, and Dominic Ducharme are now kind of attached at the hip. To me, it's like if Ducharme isn't the guy, does Bergevin get to hire somebody else? That's a big question. He hired Michel Therrien when he first got the job. He got to fire Therrien, got to hire Claude Julien. Now he's got one more year left on his contract. contract that runs through 2022. So it's tough. Like this is an interesting situation for the Canadiens because the future could look as bright as it looks. It could look very different.
Oh boy!
Heaven forbid.
Okay, you're good. Or is he good? Oh, we had to drop him for a sec. Oh man. Okay. Well, he answered most of the question, and then. Okay, Joey, you answered most of the question. You said that they were looking good, or he's been looking good, and we'll see where we go. Any final thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, just I don't know what you guys caught or didn't catch, but I think with Marc Bergevin, his job is very much tied to Ducharme right now. He's in the final year of his contract, and if the Canadiens don't want to drop the interim tag on Dom Ducharme, does Marc Bergevin get to hire another head coach? That's the big thing. He's already hired 2. Does he get another one? I'm not convinced.
Let's switch to football now. Joey, we've got some great mutual friends in the Canadian Football League, and one of them was telling me the other day, said, you got to talk to Joey. He's got some very passionate feelings about the CFL. And so let's talk about that. In Montreal is a tremendous CFL town, yet an Angus Reid poll, as you know, last summer said the NFL, Quebecers said the NFL is more popular in that province than the CFL. What does the August 5th target date announcement do for you, and what does it mean to football fans where you live?
Well, look, it's something, right? Like we'd all been hearing different things behind the scenes and off the record, but we never had anything really concrete. And finally, they decided to come out with a plan because look, first of all, I think the plan came out way too late. First things first, because there's so many people, media and fans and players, by the way, as well, that have kind of just been left frustrated because there's been a lack of transparency and a lack of direction from the league. So I think I'm at least hopeful now. There is something to look forward to. Whether or not it happens, I don't know, but at least there's something concrete on paper that they've presented to us, which is encouraging. And look, the Angus Reid poll is what it is, Roddy. It's fact. The reality is that my closest friends and I are all huge football fans, and I'm the only one who follows the Canadian Football League and followed it before I became, before it became my job, and I'll continue to follow it after, it's not my job anymore to follow it because I'm passionate about the league, the product, and the players, and I think it has more to do with fantasy football than anything else. Some of my friends are very casual football fans that are really into it because we're all in the same fantasy football league and we all have different degrees of success. So that's a topic for a different day. But I think it's, I don't know, like it kind of frustrates me because I love both like you do. And so I'm not biased. And I can tell you that the Canadian Football League is way more exciting than a lot of the games I watch in the NFL week in, week out. I think it's just a fact. It's reality. But there's some people that can't get their mind wrapped around 3 downs or wider field or extra player. And I don't get it. I don't understand why you won't give it enough of a chance because you're probably going to be more entertained. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little concerned because there was all that positive momentum built up for the Als in 2019, momentum that they hadn't had in this market for such a long time. And now you've taken a year off and it's more like a year and a half off now. And a lot of that momentum has been halted. So I don't know what their season ticket base looks like. I don't know that there's much of a buzz around here. You have your hardcore fans, don't get me wrong, but it's just frustrating to see that a team that essentially has struggled so badly for the better part of half this decade finally found a quarterback, found some good players. They have some strong people in the front office, strong football people, and now all of a sudden you've been halted. So a lot of that momentum stops, and I'm just I'm hoping you just don't know what it's going to look like after a year and a half. Are the Tiger Cats still going to be good? Are the Owls still going to be good? Who knows? It's been almost 2 years since anybody's played.
Yeah, and I'm going to get to the viewer comments. We'll save those a little later on because it's just Joey and I now. But I was saying to my wife last night, and she was like, I wonder what this player's doing. I wonder what that player's doing. And I said, look at Cody Fajardo. He's literally in the prime of his career. VA finally gets his chance. And this happens. And as you know, the average pro football career is now 1.5 seasons, which they're about to lose 1.5 seasons in the CFL, right? But I don't feel sorry for the Alouettes. 09-10 Grey Cup. Forget it. So they'll be fine. The other thing is, if you have enough belief in your product, it would be an easy sell getting people back to Montreal. Why did I fall in love with the NBA, CEBL, NLL? It was because people said, hey, come on, just come to a game. Come and you'll love it. And they were right. Mm-hmm. So sitting on the side of a mountain watching CFL football overlooking downtown Montreal, won't take much to get people back hooked, I don't think, right? But lastly, your thoughts on the XFL, CFL, because you said we both love NFL, CFL. How about the third X factor, the XFL? Where are you on those talks?
Yeah, you know what? It's something that I've obviously given a lot of thought to. And at first, I wanted to be open-minded. I wanted to give it some thought. And initially, I went on the air and I mentioned to my audience that I was willing to, be open-minded about some of the changes that have been proposed. I was even open to, if somebody can convince me going from 3 downs to 4 downs could help generate more fans, then I was going to be open-minded to that. But, I've kind of caught myself thinking over the last couple of weeks, why? Why do I have to be open-minded about this? Why does the hardcore CFL fan have to be open-minded about this? Why does our game and our Canadian values, why do those things have to be compromised? And I think, I don't know how closely you guys have followed the Super League story out in Europe there, what they want to do. But, you look at the fan bases out there, and they've wrestled control from the owners back, and the fans were loud and were outspoken, and the Super League looks like it's dead in the water now. And I get the same vibe, and it's not to take shots at the people that are in place ownership wise across the Canadian Football League now, but they're not all necessarily guys who have been around the league for a large number of years. And I think that they're so concerned about the eyeballs that they don't have that they always forget to take care of and to kind of nurture the eyeballs that they do have. And it's unfortunate, but that's where we are right now in 2021. That's the sports landscape, the business side of it anyway, is that it's always about the people you don't have and the eyeballs you don't have. And I think to the people who are hardcore and who have been there with you since day one, that can get kind of frustrating. So I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I tried AAF, I tried XFL, and I stuck with them for the first couple of weeks, but the tackle play wasn't good enough for me. The quarterback play wasn't good enough from top to bottom. So you want to add teams. Do you even have enough talent? Is there enough football talent to go all the way around? I don't know. I'm curious to see where where we go from here. But why do we have to sacrifice the amount of Canadians on a roster? Why do we have to sacrifice the rules? If they don't sacrifice anything and the XFL kind of embraces the Canadian football way, listen, I'm open to anything, but I still don't get, as bad as the business model is for the CFL, and the owners will try to convince you of that, even though we haven't seen any numbers. I think there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way to do this, and I think XFL should be the last avenue they take before. I don't know, man. It's kind of frustrating. Before they look for solutions, outside the league, I think that should be the last resort. I think they should try to find a solution within Canada.
Well, just back to where you started that on the Super League thing, I'm following it a bit. I know you're a huge soccer guy. I'm opening my mind to soccer because everybody's asking me to, so I am. And our colleague, yours and mine, Gary Lawless, said the CFL belongs to Canadians, not these owners. But I think the owners would disagree. And the fact of the matter is they own the league, and they're going to do with it what they want. So they're the ones that need to be convinced that it shouldn't be changed, because I think they want to change it. Joey, we're out of time. Always a great visit, my man. Thank you for this. Let's keep in touch.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
TSN 690 Montreal's Joey Alfieri joining us on video chat today from Quebec. When we come back, a sports update, and we'll start viewer takeover early because, interestingly enough, there's a lot of questions for both Moose DuPont and me. So we'll be right back with that. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. EDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar Buying Group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Working with my family has been great. My mom and dad have taught us the importance of hard work. I've been here since I was 10 years old, and my dad has taught me a lot about quality work.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Big time, big time, big time, big time.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Did you know you can catch all the best moments from the show on all our social media platforms? Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Canada's daytime sports talk show. We're coming to you from the bunker. Just a pause on the CFL-XFL merger talk, although I get that everybody wants to talk about that. I'll get to your comments. Moose has rejoined us. He got out of the lights glare here for a bit to go sit on the shady couch.
That's right.
You said that this today is the realization of a dream, and I said, "Do you want to share that on the air?"
Yeah, this is exactly what I hoped this would turn into, right? I mean,
tell them why, because they don't know
very
why.
Comfortable over there on the couch. Crozie's in here. I wish we could go sit with him on the couch, but we got to stay socially distanced and stuff. But this is what I wanted, right? A place to hang out. The club, right?
And make people feel welcome.
You're welcome. It's comfortable. It's all of our inside talk while we have coffee in the morning, and we get to chat with you at home every day. So
you don't have to bring gifts, but it helps.
Oh, does it ever? Lifetime
Can you show
membership.
this again? The Brandon Wheat King sending this. Crozy, the radio guy brought it over. Scooter, the trainer, is in charge of all this. These sweats that I'm going to pull a Judy Peterson, that's my mom, and cut at the knee and make them shorts. And the funny thing is the Wheat Kings trainer, I guess, said, Kelly McCrimmon's going to go nuts when he sees Rod in this. You got to catch him up, Crozy. You got to catch him up. Where do you think all my Golden Knight stuff came from? We're good now.
Imagine rolling in when you go back to T-Mobile and you're wearing all Wheat Kings head to toe.
I'm sure that's what they all wear down there.
He'll fall out of his chair.
They're like, where are you going, sir? Oh, yeah, you're wearing Wheat King stuff? Go wherever you want.
Yes, because the superpower of a broadcaster, if you wear a suit, we can roll in anywhere, right?
That's a secret.
So now that's the secret in Vegas. Wheat Kings gear.
From Paul Fagler, watching in Red Deer, he says, congratulations, Moose. It's really cool to see how this has come along. One day I'll join the bunker. Anytime you're coming through the sweatpants capital, Figgy, you're welcome to. Carlos Lagena in Indianapolis says, you're slowly melting into the wall, dupes.
Is it?
It's your mint,
Is it?
It's your mint-colored shirt.
Am I melting?
It's odd.
It looks pretty good. Oh, I see. Guess I'm going to have Wheat Kings. Look at the collar. I'm going to have Wheat Kings gear on pretty soon.
Okay, you're fine.
Can't have that.
Just from the Ivan Diablo is a Ticats fan watching in Southern Ontario. Says, what is RP's favorite lunch? Well, I have many, but if we're going to a sponsors, Ballers Rec Room, the taco salad, that's what I always get there. But then the Canadian Brew House, I really love their breaded chicken breast with hot sauce, buffalo wing.
Oh, yeah.
Only because it reminds me of Hooters. But it tastes exactly the same. The bun's the same, the chicken's the same, the breading's the same. So if I'm going out and I'm just throwing calories to the wind, I'm having the buffalo chicken sandwich at Canadian Brew House.
How about that?
Now they can sponsor us.
There you go.
Dupes, where are you going for lunch?
Was very partial to the famoso small pizza and tomato bisque soup. That for me was it when you owned the restaurant.
All lunches are good. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody wrote in here earlier. Where the heck is it? It's Darag. Oh, he told me how to say it. Now I forgot. Daragan. He says, why did you guys get into broadcasting? For me, you got to ask God, because I was born that way. I've always wanted to do it. It was just put in me. Raised on a farm. Why would anybody in a farm, the only person you talk to is cows, want to get into broadcasting? I don't know. In the middle of nowhere.
I know.
But I did. You?
Yeah, it just happened. It was so natural, right?
We were chosen.
It was just natural.
We're the chosen ones. Where's the dude in Green Bay? Dean. Watching in Green Bay. He says, I think this is a slightly different situation. The CFL is broke, isn't it? The European Super League was a bunch of uber rich guys trying to corner the market, so to speak. Seen a lot of the comparisons between a CFL XFL merger, BC Hockey League, Super League, to the European Soccer League. And because I know nothing about European soccer, like less than zero. I can't make that comparison because I don't know.
You know what I was comparing it to yesterday, the Super League? In the opposite way of Jim Mullen's Northern Eight. Remember when he was trying to put together the Northern Eight?
The best Canadian university football team.
To play in this kind of power group. They would still play in their conferences, but to play this group and have the top teams playing on national TV against each other to grow the game. The difference was the fans wanted it. It would have been great for the game of football. The teams, I think, for the most part wanted it. Some didn't. But at the governing level, they didn't want it. And here, it's like the owners want this Super League, but the fans, the players, the real, soccer people don't want it. So it's kind of opposite.
Right.
Both got crushed.
But at the very least, I'm trying to get into to learn it.
Yeah.
Not like the closed-minded CFL fans that will not consider any change to the game whatsoever. But I digress. From the Puck and Pigskin podcast in Red Deer, Alberta says, I can't wait to go to Ballers when I come to town. Sounds amazing, Rod. It is amazing. And they treat us like kings in there. And they'll treat you like kings, too. Your mom's watching.
I can tell.
With regards to Darren's love for broadcasting, she says it was elementary school for Darren. Teachers gave him a clipboard, and away he went. Oh, you were one of those?
No, I can just
imagine.
I played the game, okay? I wasn't sitting on the side.
Were you running the crosswalks, too?
I was the kid with the snot bubbles in Little Giants, right? The snot bubbles and the big glasses on the sideline with the abacus.
Hockey guy Drew Koser checking in from the Off the Hosel podcast says, good day, fellas. Good day, Drew. Thanks for joining us. You're late. It's a $5 fine. Don Mitchell, our Navy friend, says, in Canada, the universities work very hard to limit growing U sports. One day we'll have a big U sports jamboree. A summit, if you will.
2-hour summit.
Yeah, and we'll talk about the lack of marketing in university sports in Canada. Because it's a chicken and the egg thing right there. The sports cost so much in Canadian University, and if they started marketing it now, they would never recoup their costs. So it's a topic for another time. Sports update as promised. Josh Anderson scored twice, and the Montreal Canadiens survived a late Edmonton flurry to defeat the Oilers 4-3 at Rogers Place. Jake Allen made 22 saves as the Habs picked up just their third win in the last 9 games. But they moved 8 points clear of the Calgary Flames for the North Division's fourth and final playoff spot. I don't know if I told you that I'm going on Calgary's Fan 960 Radio, 5 p.m. Mountain today, to chat CFL and WHL. And the host, Andrew Hustler Patterson, is going to be hosting. And he's a new host on Fan 960. And I felt like saying, don't you know that Calgary and I have a thing? I'm not sure Hustler knows, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to go with it.
Just go with it.
So tune in, Fan 960 Calgary this afternoon, 5 p.m. Mountain, for CFL and WHL talk. Jonathan Marchessault scored twice and added 2 assists, and Canada's team, the Vegas Golden Knights, defeated the San Jose Sharks 5-2 for their 8th straight win. Golden Knights are the first team in the NHL to clinch a playoff berth. In the Dub Hub, Nolan Ritchie had a pair of goals, and the Brandon Wheat Kings extended their win streak to 5 games with a 6-1 rout over the Swift Current Broncos. Gotcha, Crozy. Brett Hyland, Lyndon McCallum, Rylan Thiessen, and Vincent Iorio also scored for the Wheat Kings. Skylar Bruce and Peyton Krebs both had a pair of goals in regulation, and Jacob Smallwood scored in overtime as the Winnipeg Ice slipped past the Moose Jaw Warriors 6-5. Justin Sordoff and Alex Kanik-Liepert each had a power play goal and 2 helpers as Vancouver won its 4th game in a row, handing Victoria its 7th consecutive defeat. Looking to spark a scuffling offense, Toronto manager Charlie Montoyo shook up his lineup, and the Blue Jays responded with a 6-3 victory over the Red Sox last night. Toronto finished with 10 hits, including 2 each from Vladdy, Bo, Randall Grichuk, and Marcus Semien, to split a 2-game set with the division leaders. And Pascal Siakam scored 27 points as the Raptors seized control in the third quarter of a 114-103 win over the Brooklyn Nets. This sports update for the Tap Brewhouse and Drive-Thru Liquor Store, and for Red Bull Canada. Red Bull gives you wings. Total viewer takeover when we come back. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, and listen live at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150-plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Introducing Original 16 Hard Seltzer. The refreshing taste of delicious peach with vodka made in Saskatchewan. New hard seltzers from Original 16.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming at the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions.
Send us your opinions now. We won't victimize you unless you really deserve it. Now, back to your host, Rod Pedersen.
Welcome back, everybody. A lot of business to take care of here. Arash Madani will join us next hour. We'll delve deeper into the CFL news from yesterday because people still want to talk about it, and I understand it. We are the CFL's show. There's no doubt. But they're not playing till August 5th at best. So I go to the Prairie Mobile text line, Moose, here in the viewer takeover. And Mark in Fort St. John, BC is watching on Game Plus TV from the 250. Have you been there?
Fort St. John?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He says, hi, Rod. Just wondering if you ever wear hockey jerseys. Enjoy the show. Mark in Fort St. John, BC. That's a tough one. I don't wear them on the show ever. And the reason being, you look like a fan when you wear a jersey. And while I am a fan, do you listen to a fan? Do you listen to their opinion? I don't.
No.
So I favor the quarter zip, of which I'm wearing right now, or the zip up Wheat Kings jacket I got. But I love jerseys. If you could, you can't put a camera on this, but I got a Pats Outdoor Classic jersey there, a Warriors Classic jersey there. I got an Estevan Bruins game worn here. We got McDavid, Picton, Tavares,
Manziel.
Yeah, so we love our jersey. Johnny Manziel.
Dante Marsh.
Yeah, the BC Lions sent us a Dante Marsh. But if you're going to send a jersey here, we gladly accept it, but don't expect me to wear it. I will wear one to a Golden Knights game, and when I go down to watch Canada's team, I'll wear a CFL jersey to a CFL game, but I don't wear them here.
Yeah, just like the T-shirt. I mean, you put it on for a segment, the T-shirt, and then it was off. But yeah, but no, the jersey's on the wall, and very soon we're going to be able to showcase some of those on the show. So that'll be cool.
Landon in Kamloops, BC, watching on Game Plus. Hey, Rod, I need another show to watch on Netflix. Any recommendations? If you haven't seen it, Seaspiracy is a must-see. Oh, I saw it, and now I don't want to eat fish ever again. But that's fine, because I'm a beef guy anyways. But just started a couple this week with the missus. The Baker and the Beauty, very good show. Cindy, help me out. Text me. What else were we watching? Putting me on the spot here. Saw Seaspiracy. Oh, the one on the heist.
Oh, Money Heist? No.
We watched Money Heist. It's one on the art gallery in Boston being robbed. It's a 4-part series. It's a documentary, 4-part documentary. Grace and Frankie, starring Martin Sheen. This is unbelievable. Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
Martin Sheen and Sam
Waterston.
Waterston. Yeah,
Sam
from Law and Order. Are
That's
two
good.
old guys that leave their wives for each other.
I know.
Hilarity ensues.
Happens as they're seniors. The other one, the Kaminsky Method, is
Haven't
another
seen
one. That one's really good. Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin. Really funny. My mom got me onto that one, but like the taste of change. That one's really good too. So there's a few.
So Baker and the Beast. I'm assuming you've watched Breaking Bad. That's pretty much number one all time for me. And Grace and Frankie, and we'll continue this next hour, and Arash Madani too. Keep them coming. Viewer takeover. That's the secret sauce of what we do here. Jenny. Cindy. We'll be right back.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions is Saskatchewan's only full-service supply chain company. Strategic sourcing, PO creation, and order expediting, VMI and vending solutions, and free delivery are just a few of the supply chain services we provide. If your company needs it, Rockstar Supply Chain Solutions can get it for you. Price, quality, service, Rockstar Supply Chain Solution is helping Saskatchewan companies buy better.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. BDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150 plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
An original 16 to fit your active lifestyle. Introducing Original 16 Canadian Ultra Lager. Just 80 calories and 2.5% alcohol. Taste without compromise.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Now,
the players are going to vote to play, because guess what players do, Darren? They play, and they want to play. But in the end, the owners are going to kibosh it, because it's going to cost them too much money. So it's going to be on the owners. That's my prediction. We're going to get this baton really far in the relay race, and then it's going to be dropped near the finish line. That's my prediction on this.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome, everybody, to Hour 2 of the RP Show. It's episode number 469 of Canada's daytime sports talk show. There's no breaking news. That's not why I'm ringing the bell. I'm just waking everybody up. We got Moose DuPont here. He's done a wardrobe change. What are you, Beyonce?
And I look great, I thought. I thought I looked pretty good.
You're very humble as well. You might want to move that microphone out of the way, but Brandon Crow, the voice of the Brandon Wheat Kings, has come to the bunker today bearing gifts from the Brandon Wheat Kings. And that is like made to order, right off the rack for you.
That's awesome. It just fits like a glove.
Yeah, so thank you, Scooter of the Wheat Kings, their trainer, who Crozy said he's now gone to their morning skate or to their practice, so he's not watching anymore. But for the viewers, this was my haul. This wonderful CCM Wheat Kings jacket, of which I'll be getting a lot of wear out of, and then these Wheat Kings sweats with the old logo. The old school 90s, early 90s logo that I'll be cutting this off at the knees and making shorts out of them. So again, hearty thank you. How about that? Hearty thank you to the Brandon Wheat Kings for that. And it's because they saw me wearing Winnipeg Ice stuff yesterday. And what was the quote? That's not okay. That's not okay. The Wheat Kings said, the Battle of Manitoba is alive here on the RP show. So we are rolling into hour 2 as I say, hey, Greg Sturr, speaking of gifts, he's the guy that gave me all those WHL pucks from the East Hub.
Right.
We're taking Netflix suggestions, and I hope Landon in Kamloops, BC, who's watching on Game Plus and texted the show, is writing this down. He says, noted. Thanks, Rod. Get your pen out, because we forgot a few. Greg Sturr says, The Serpent. Top of the list right there. That's a 1-season, 9-episode European show on a guy that was like Charles Manson of Europe. Did you see it?
No, I want to.
Very good.
I want to. The Jinx, is that on Netflix?
Didn't see that.
That was a really good one. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I'm just looking, actually.
Cindy's watching at home, home office. Can you write these down? What'd you say, The Jinx? I didn't watch that.
That's really good.
Ginny and Georgia. Ginny and Georgia.
Yep.
It's about a mother, an abused mother, and her daughter on the run all over the U.S. South. Hell of a show.
You guys will enjoy Kaminsky Method. The Crew we watched, of course, that our friend Kim Coates made a guest appearance in. Kim's Convenience is good. The CBC show is on there now. That's pretty funny. Okay. So there's a lot.
There's a few. That'll keep you going.
Oh, yeah.
Because it is a sports talk show after all. But with more sports getting canceled left and right, Netflix gets to be more and more popular.
And if you believe it, we didn't even mention Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Well, I would assume he's watched it.
That was, yeah.
Strike first, strike hard. No mercy. Curling report. Rachel, what?
Nothing. I miss those days.
Oh, I know. Well, actually, speaking of that, people were mentioning with the CFL season being pushed off till August 5th. A lot of people asked yesterday, will we do another CFL sim season? Because it was so popular last year. We played a video game with CFL teams and players, went all the way up to the Grey Cup, which had 20,000 viewers. And we kind of kicked this around after the show yesterday and said that was a hell of a lot of work. And not a lot of buy-in. We didn't get, the league gave us their blessing, we didn't have buy-in from the teams. They didn't help promote the games.
Not really.
So unless that changed, I don't think the guys here want to put in all the work and give up one night a week all summer.
No, and that's true. And we talk about business decisions all the time. We did this just for fun. I mean, we didn't, just because we were using the CFL and the teams and stuff, like there was no effort, like we didn't monetize it. We didn't try to make money. There was nothing.
Right. Why would we?
It was only for fun, right? Which was great, and we had fun, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, we did it. I'm writing these Netflix shows down because we are running out. Superstore. I laugh my cannolis off. Like hearty laugh.
That's pretty good.
It's like a 22-minute sitcom based in St. Louis in a Shoppers Drug Mart.
Yeah, working in Walmart or working in...
So funny. Yeah. It's hilarious. Superstore. Write it down, Landon. Curling report for Verge Agriculture. Rachel Holman evened her record at the Grand Slam of Curling Players Championship with a 7-4 win over Anna Hasselberg on Wednesday. Holman, seeking to extend her record with a 12th Grand Slam title, rebounded after giving up 3 to her Swedish opponent in the first hand and put the game away with a steal of 2 in the 8th. Holman's Ottawa-based rink improved to 1-1, while Hasselborg's foursome dropped to 1-1. South Korea's Min Ji Kim and Scotty's champion Carrie Einarson are both 2-0 to lead Pool A, while Russia's Alina Kovaleva also improved to 2-0 to sit atop Pool B with a 7-4 win over Winnipeg's Jennifer Jones. JJ's 1-1. Scotland's Bruce Mowat, seeking his second straight Grand Slam title, leads Pool A on the men's side. He is the only skip at 3-0 with a 7-2 win over Swedish world champion Nicholas Eden and a 6-4 victory over Brad Jacobs of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Eden bounced back in the evening draw with a 5-2 win over 2021 Brier champion Brendan Botcher. He's 0-3. Brad Gushu of St. John's, Newfoundland, and Switzerland's Yannick Schwaller lead Pool B at 2-0. Round robin play continues today. I'm not seeing Team Dunstone in the wins. I was flipping through the channels last night and I saw Maddie Dunstone. I didn't see them winning. They're not, so they got to start winning. That's it.
That's it.
The Curling Report is brought to you by Verge Agriculture, helping farmers plan and optimize their operations across every field. Try Verge's precision farm tech software for free today at vergeag.com. And while we're sitting here, Darren, on the sponsor reads, I was delving into Puck U yesterday. Puck University.
Pretty great.
University. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's one of our newest sponsors here. I might as well just read it now because we only welcome the greatest sponsors. You know that, right?
That's right.
And I wouldn't tell you this if I didn't believe it. Where's the email here with today's read? Oh, here it is. People are writing into us regularly for betting advice. I'm not comfortable with that. I'll throw change down myself on my bets. But I don't like telling people what they should do. Because when they lose money, obviously I feel culpable. Puck U, universityofpucks.com, takes care of all of that. If you enjoy playing the NHL fantasy contests on DraftKings and FanDuel, or possibly you want to learn how to play daily fantasy NHL, we encourage you to go sign up for the Pedersen Playoff Special at universityofpucks.com. If you don't use any advice and information site for the NHL, you don't win. It's that simple. And that's true. At Pucks U, they teach you how to become a winner. It's the best deal in fantasy sports. Visit universityofpucks.com. I couldn't be more serious. These guys got it figured out. They're not like me. They're not afraid to give you advice on what to bet. That's right. Their job. Don't come to me. Because what did we say? Do the opposite of what we tell you to do. When people started doing the opposite, that's when they started to win.
Yeah, we were dialed in the NFL season.
We were good there.
Yeah. University of Pucks.
Yeah. Arash Madani will be with us in Block 2. I'm gonna go to viewer takeover a little bit here. Hopefully I can sort through all of this. It's crazy. Richard Allender's watching in Boston, Massachusetts. They're having a debate on the CFL-XFL merge. Okay, I'm settling this down here. Ryan Gregory on YouTube says, do you think it is more likely or less likely the CFL and XFL merge? You tune into this show for honesty. What did Rich Sutter say when he left the studio the other day? You should tell it even more the way that it is.
Yeah.
And we said, Rich, how could we?
We're not holding anything back.
Well, not holding anything back, but he's like, your edge on the other networks is that those guys can't and gals can't say anything. They're so coached and restricted in what they can say. You can say whatever the hell you want, so say it. So here's mine. Will there be a merger? Absolutely. Will the CFL play this year? I'm leaning 60% that they won't. I talked to some league people yesterday that they're like 70-30 to the no, that they won't even play. I've been writing about this for months to the point that I'm actually tiring of it. We've got the Stanley Cup playoffs on the horizon. We've got a really exciting ending to the Dub Hub. We got the NFL draft next week. We've incorporated the Jim Lang column. I'm not going to sit here every day and talk about position battles and power rankings of the CFL until I see him on the damn field in training camp. Because when I saw somebody tweet, one of our team executives said the media should be talking about this season. Quit talking about a merger. How about you go out and sell something? Stop worrying about what we do. That's the problem that you're all in. Go raise some money. As we said an hour ago, the CFL missed the boat. They should be playing in America, opening training camps right now. I think they missed the boat. So it's like, we'll check back with you August the 5th and see if you're on the field. Because quite frankly, I have my doubts that you're going to be. The problems with the CFL, and Joey Alfieri of TSN Montreal really covered it really well last hour. It's incredibly complex, the problems with the CFL. And so many people, smart fans in this country, don't even understand what they are. And I don't want to sit and talk about it every day. I had who's become a really good friend, a Bomber fan write me yesterday and just say, Rod, if the NFL can play, why can't the CFL? And it's like, how much time you got, dude? That's where it becomes complex. But that's what the average Canadian sports fan is asking. How come I can't turn on the TV and watch the CFL? Because I'm watching everything else. We could sit and talk about it every day. I don't want to.
That's what the world is. And as you adapt, it doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. It doesn't matter what communities your league is in. That doesn't matter. It matters, can I watch it? Because all of the other options are just as available as the one in your backyard. And that never used to be the case. And the fans don't care about what your problems are. They care about what's on my phone, what's on my TV, what do I have the choice to watch, and I want your product there. There are problems and there are reasons why they can't be, but the fans don't really care.
Randolph Zora in Ontario watching, and I think he's saying this nicely. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, Randolph. He says, Rod, you also said within your first 50 shows that COVID would be over in a few months. Do we want to talk about experts being wrong in the pandemic? Do we want to go down that road and what the doctors have said?
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
2 weeks to flatten. You want to come up my ass about saying that COVID would be over? And by the way, it wasn't the first 50 shows. This is 469 today, bruh. We began June 3rd, 2019. We were on the air almost a year before this hit, so don't come at me. And I've kind of had it up to here with what I'm tired of everything. I'm going to sit and talk about, what did I say earlier? Stanley Cup playoffs, Dub Hub. We're making friends with all these WHL teams. In my commentary today, I said how great it's been to be in the Dub Hub, to rekindle old friendships and make new ones that are going to last forever. Because that's what sports does. And a lot of the Rudy Poo, Nancy boys that don't understand what sports is are trying to cancel it because they don't even get it. Should we listen to them? You want to sit and talk about what I said, that this thing would be over? What the hell do I know? I'm a sports talk host. I'm not even telling you. I don't tell people to watch the show. I don't understand why you would listen to me at all. And yet the numbers go higher and higher and higher and higher. Should I stop?
No.
I lost my pen.
I know. I could tell. I think that's what's great about the show.
From Tacona Powley, and I can't remember where that gentleman's watching from. Rod, will there be fans for NHL playoffs in Canada? No, of course not. Oh, and by the way, Randolph Zora, the Edmonton Oilers have applied to have fans in the stands in April. And the Alberta health people said it's possible. How's that working out for you? How many weeks ago was it that the premier of this fine province, whom I love, Scott Moe, he's my dude. How many weeks ago was it that he said, just hang tight, we're going to see the end in sight?
We're right at the end, yeah. I think that, what was it? I think the lights had
That was
trained.
a kiss of death.
Yeah.
From Landon Andre on Facebook, don't stop, man. Keep doing you.
It was like the other day, somebody asked, do you think a year from now we'll be out of it? Well, a year ago, we thought a year from now we'd be out. A year from then we'd be out of it, right? 2 weeks to flatten the curve, no big deal.
Tank Abbott, watching in the Energy City, says, I'm ready to pull my Riders season ticket money and dump some into more WHL games because at least they got some sort of product on the ice. Kaboom! There's a story on Connor Bedard in the New York Times today. The Phenom. That was mind-blowing to me. Did you see that? Or did you see that it was in it?
I saw it was in it. I didn't read it or see it.
Wayne in Victoria, BC. Another great Rod's rant. I agree completely with you on everything. William in Lloydminster, Canada's only border city, says, Rod, you are the Oprah of talk shows. No. We're the View.
You're the Whoopi Goldberg.
I'm the Whoopi Goldberg.
And I'm Joy Behar.
You're the right? Joy Behar or the Elizabeth Hasselbeck if you want to be. That's up to you. She's a little softer than Joy Behar.
That's right.
We are the View for sports fans. That's what we do. Arash Madani in next. This has been the second half kickoff We'll be right back. You're watching on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Some of the challenges we face with the CT technology that we have today is some of the deficiencies in around integration with some of our other systems. The addition of 2 new 4D simulators within the programming of the Saskatchewan Cancer Agency is going to have significant impact on the care we provide to the people of Saskatchewan.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
Direct West has been the bridge for me from not dealing with social media or digital presence to having a presence. You have to take the leap of faith, so to say, and I'm glad we have. Direct West has helped us out immensely to get our presence online as far as digitally and also with the social media page. To see the results is just puts a smile on your face.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I got the Prairie Mobile text line open, and the guy said that I was the Oprah of sports talk radio, and Leonard writes in Prairie Mobile text line. He says, "You're the Phil Donahue of talk show hosts." You old enough for that, Crozy? No, you're not. But I'll take that as a compliment. How about the Jerry Springer of sports talk? I would be down with that. Metal Shingle Guy says, "I love the CFL talk. Say it like it is. As much as you want. I'd love more." That's from Metal Shingle Guy. I'll get to more of your messages, and thank you so much for the kind words on the Prairie Mobile text line. Another guy that tells it the way it is Arash Madani, despite people not wanting to hear it. And we're definitely going to be talking Blue Jays with our guy Arash. But there he is. How you doing, man? Where are you joining us from today?
Brother, I am in downtown Toronto. I'm actually hosting Tim and Friends with McAuliffe later today. Norm Powell and Gary Trent Jr. are among our guests. We'll be talking a little hoops coming up a little later tonight.
Going to re-examine the trade, are you?
I don't know about that, but just kind of checking in with both of them, so to speak. I don't know, Roddy. Can you really re-examine a trade a month into it, 5 weeks into it?
Well, especially when one's not even playing. But I will tell you, Gary Trent Jr. looks great in that leopard tuxedo with no shirt.
Yes.
You and I couldn't get away with it.
He looked in the Blue Jay uniform with his name on the back. That wasn't bad either.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to come around on all of these Toronto sports in a moment. But CFL-wise, you were kind of ahead of the curve with the reporting yesterday, what's going down. What's your take 24 hours later that we now have a targeted kickoff date of August 5th in the CFL?
Yeah, I think it's a hopeful date. I think that's what August 5th is, that this is what the CFL, where they hope to be. Roddy, I didn't see a schedule yesterday. I don't think anybody saw a schedule yesterday. I heard from people who, from different teams, they're hopeful the second week of July is when they can start training camp. They're hopeful that by the end of June, they'll have players from the U.S. and their globals in their city. But nothing's concrete, nothing's definitive, nothing's known. Matter of fact, mid-June is when we're really going to know if this is even going to happen or not for August the 5th as an opening day. And I've been in touch with people from different teams around the league. Rod, if you're going to get a season off the ground, what do you need? You need to have training camp. In order to have training camp, you got to book flights, you got to book hotels, you got to book fields, you got to book meals. Nobody's going through with that. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of teams are hesitant to do that until at least June when they know where the lay of the land is. So I think all yesterday was hope, a message to the fans of we're not giving up, we're not throwing in the towel. Please buy some tickets because we've had next to no revenue for the last 18 months. And we'll check back in with you in 7 weeks to let you know where things stand.
And we'll do the same. I got to say this. When's the last time you got as much reaction as you did from your appearance on the XFL Markcast? People are writing in about it like crazy. And your comment about there's nothing there in the XFL but moldy uniforms and some helmets. Richard Petty tweeted it, which is awesome. People are sending me that going, what does this mean? Why is Petty doing this? The founder, basically, of MLSE. Why are people raging about your interview in a good way on the XFL Markcast?
I don't know, Rod. I was just very honest. I just said, and God bless those guys, because they care about their twice failed league and they care about the figment of the imagination of what the XFL is right now. But they came to me that Taylor Heineke is and PJ Walker is what the XFL is. So I'm like, man. How about Doug Flutie and Jeff Garcia and Cameron Wake and Warren Moon? Like on and on we can go about what the Canadian Football League has been. They're just, it's a good question why people were so interested about it. Maybe it was because there was actual honesty and coming at them like I meant it.
Yeah. Well, kudos for you, but that's kind of the hallmark of your thing. So enough on that. I appreciate your take on the CFL. So I'm still trying to figure out how you watch more than one game at a time. I'm checking in on Canada's team last night, the Golden Knights. That was my priority viewing. And then the Oilers and Habs, and then the Blue Jays. And every time I dropped in on the Blue Jays, they were talking about George Springer. It was awesome. They're like, well, they might have him Thursday. Well, they're off today. Might have him Friday, maybe Sunday, at the very latest Tuesday. And what's he going to mean to this lineup when he's eventually in, Arash?
Well, one thing about the Springer why nobody seems to know is yesterday pregame, we had a chance to visit with Charlie Montoyo. And you asked the manager, okay, when is your $150 million player going to come? He said, well, George is day to day. And he said, I don't want to speculate. Like, okay. But then he said, if I were to guess, it could be Friday, it could be Sunday, but he's day to day and I just don't. So that's what you get. That's why everything's up in the air. Rod, you get one of the best players in baseball. You get the guy who's going to set the table for you at the top of the lineup. You get a former World Series MVP who's been there and done that. You get a player at the prime of their career. You're also going to get a player who's coming off an injury whose timing isn't down. He hasn't really swung a bat in a major league game, a real major league game, since the playoffs last October. And you're going to get, even though he's a vet, even though he's been there and done that and he's very accomplished, you're going to get a vet who's going to try and do too much. Roddy, how often have we seen in pro sports across the board when a free agent moves teams, goes to a new franchise with a big contract, right away wants to show that they made the right decision, I'm the man. We're going to get a little bit of that from George Springer along the way. But you're going to get yourself a ball player. You're going to get yourself a face of the franchise eventually, whenever he returns, Friday, Sunday, next week, whenever.
Well, I'll tell you what, everything happens for a reason, and he's just resting now. He's recouping, I guess, from the injury, the quad injury, and we'll see where they go from there. But what about the criticism last night from Kevin Biggio at the hot corner, booting a couple of balls? I thought he responded very well. I mean, did people forget that Vladdy was moved from there because it wasn't working? How are you on the Jays' infield play?
Well, they've struggled. There's no question the opening month of the season. Bichette's kicking the ball around. Biggio's made the transition to a new position. He told me last year third base is where he feels most comfortable. And, every day in spring training, he was there first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock to meet Louis Rivera to work on it. But it's a work in progress. Roddy, these things are going to take time for a young team. And as I've told you repeatedly, 2022 is when they become a contender. So they have to find out exactly what these guys can do and just be patient with them. In any sport, if you have somebody change positions, if you ask an offensive lineman to become a pass rusher, if you ask a point guard to become a small forward, if you ask basically somebody who plays all over the field to end up being an everyday third baseman, there are going to be some growing pains. Now, the Biggio situation, part of it was because it was a ground ball that could have ended the inning, and then suddenly it could have led to a lot more damage, but then he validated himself and vindicated himself with another ground ball to third that he threw across the diamond to get Vlad. There are going to be speed bumps and hiccups along the way. There are going to be some issues for Biggio this year and for Bichette this year. You hope they get him out of the way in April and May if you're a Blue Jay fan. But this is a big evaluation year for both of them.
We've had these chats for years, and I was always so rider focused, of course. I was really relying on you for my Blue Jays info because I wasn't watching the games. And now I am. And the main thing here is these guys are hella fun to watch. They just split off the division leaders. They've beaten the Yankees twice in series, right? Like, you always
Roddy,
say,
how fun's that?
What's my point? You're always saying it's early. Yes, but I'm enjoying the ride. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
It's funny with Guerrero. The light went on for him last year, and he showed up to summer training camp after the COVID break, layoff, whatever you want to call it. And he's lost like 45 pounds since then, but he made a commitment then that I'm going to turn things around. And he was the number one prospect in AAA. He has this magical swing. But it took like 3 years of being a professional for him to understand what it takes to be a pro. It's not just standing up there every day and taking hacks in the cage and then, going into a game. It's all your pregame preparation. It's the work you put in on your body. It's the film study that goes along with it. It's taking ground balls. It's being ready. And he's taken those steps, and you're starting to see what he could and can be. And so that's what's made this fun to watch, is that Vlad's, again, it's only a month in. Roddy, I don't know about you, man, but from my seat, Vladdy looks like superstar in the making.
No, and so does Bo. But I can't believe how it's all in his trunk that he's lost that weight. Like, his belt size must have gone from 44 down to 36. But Bo looks great, too. I turned to Cindy last night. I said, Bo's flow. They got something going, man. Like Sammy Cosentino, the whitest teeth in show business, was on here last week. And he said these Jays remind him of the late 90s Blue Jays, which unfortunately didn't really go on to do anything. But does this group remind you of any other eras of prior Blue Jays incarnations?
It's a good question. Nothing pops off the page to me, just because what makes this group interesting, Rod, is that they all came up together. through the minor leagues, Biggio, Guerrero, Bichette, I mean, the big three. One thing that Bo told us the other day is that after an at-bat, Vlad will come over to him and tell him what he saw from the pitcher and from Bo if he was getting out of his approach or anything like that at the plate. And I asked Bo, I said, can anybody do that? And he said, John Schneider, who was their manager all the way up, my dad, Biggio, and Vlad, people who have been there from the beginning, can do that. These guys actually care about one another. Danny Jansen came up with them. So this nucleus that, they're all freshmen, and now they're juniors. They're not quite seniors. And the Blue Jays are hoping by the time they're redshirt fifth-year seniors, that they could be knocking on the door to something.
Yeah, and I just feel like we all watched it. So we all feel part of it ourselves, too, as Canadians.
Yeah.
Right? We've been following the ride, which makes you, whatever it is, whether that's marketing or whatever, we kind of feel like we've had a front row seat, and kudos to you that Sportsnet has the games. Hey, NFL, 1 week from today is round. Yeah?
Yeah, just one last thing. Here's the other thing that makes this group interesting. Their last names.
Yes.
Kevin Bishop, son of a Hall of Famer. Bo Bichette, Dante Kudrake. In this country, what Vladimir Guerrero represented with the Expos, who's a cult hero, no batting gloves, swinging balls in the dirt and still hitting them 1,000 feet. So there's almost like this connection to the old Expo. There's a connection to the names that you are familiar with, and you're just excited to see what they can become.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And my point, by the way, is will there be any play in your neck of the woods on the NFL draft, which round one's 1 week from tonight?
It's funny you asked that, Rod. On Monday, just got confirmation today, I'm going to do a Chalk Talk X's and O's film session with Jordan Palmer. Jordan is a quarterback consultant who has worked with Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson and Kyle Allen and a bunch of different quarterbacks. For the last 2.5 months, Roddy, he has worked every day with the one and only Trevor Lawrence.
Nice.
It was Jordan Palmer who went to Clemson and orchestrated Lawrence's pro day, and we're going to go into the film room with Palmer, who knows Lawrence's mechanics and his nuances inside and out. We're also going to talk about Zach Wilson. But the player in this draft, Rod, that I am so pumped to see at the pro level, who to me is an absolute matchup nightmare, is Kyle Pitts, who is listed as a tight end from the University of Florida. You could put him wide, slot, tight end, running back, whatever. I can't remember a more dynamic, explosive, skilled position player coming out of college in a long time, maybe in a generation. And I think he's going to be dynamite at the pro level if he's used right in an offense.
I'd be interested to hear Mr. Palmer's comments on Trevor Lawrence's comments about not having a chip on his shoulder, and he's not motivated every day by a Super Bowl. That's just a kid being a kid. When you say he's just being honest.
Roddy, speaking of honest, you know what I'm tired of? Chip on my shoulder. Like, come on. How tired is that? How often do we hear that? Why is there a chip on your shoulder? Like one guy that comes to mind is Marcus Stroman. I remember thinking to myself, Marcus, your life has not been that difficult. You grew up in a middle-class family. You went to a private university, Duke, on a full scholarship. You were a first-round pick. You got a 7-figure signing bonus. Where's the adversity been? Where's this chip on your shoulder? Like, we just keep hearing about this all the time. Let's just cool it. Okay, a few coaches didn't think you could play. If that gave you motivation, great. But it seems like if somebody scowls at an athlete these days, that gives them a chip on their shoulder, and that's motivated them. How about be motivated to win? How about be motivated to lift a trophy? How about be motivated to sign a big contract and get yourself paid?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is motivated enough. It comes from within. That's why he's number one projected in the draft. Okay, great chat, my man. Thanks. Be you. We'll be watching later today for Tim and Friends.
Appreciate you, Roddy.
Same to you. Sportsnet's Arash Madani on Tim and Friends later on today. When we come back, checking the poll results, sports update, viewer takeover, overtime. A lot to get to in the next 24 minutes. Moose will rejoin us too. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV Network, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk for Suds Full Service Car Wash at rodpedersen.com. Listen live.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation. Looking to buy your next truck or sell your current one? Capital is Canada's truck destination. Shop online or in-store to see the new 2021 Ford F-150, Ranger, Escape, and more. Right now is the best time to lease or finance a new vehicle. Can't find exactly what you're looking for? Let us help by sourcing your vehicle from our dealer network or custom ordering one that is perfect for you. Capital Ford Lincoln is Truck Nation, 1201 Pasqua Street North in Regina.
Don't rack your brain trying to source the equipment and materials you need for your business. Rockstar can operate your entire supply chain, from PO creation to expediting your shipments, all from our office. Leverage the buying power of the Rockstar buying group to not only save money and time, but also the headache. From gloves to glue, we can provide it for you. Find out more at rockstar.com.
Direct West provides us with stats and analytics, and it's amazing for us to look and see that, each year we're 10 to 20% higher on our Google leads. It's great to see the success that our locations are having. The Direct West app gives us an opportunity to be in one place for people to find any of our locations or our commodities. Without Direct West, we would have to be in multiple digital places. I would recommend Direct West. They're great to work with.
We started Suds Car Wash in 2003.
There's a bit of us in every part of the business. I've been working here since I was about 10 years old. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since. Our parents always taught us about the importance of quality of work and friendly service. And here at Suds Car Wash, we're a family-run business, so it's really important that our customers feel like family.
From all of us at Suds Car Wash, we make your car shine.
Nestled in the scenic Qu'Appelle Valley, just 20 minutes northwest of Regina, is one of the finest golf courses in all of Saskatchewan, the Deer Valley Golf Club. The clubhouse has a full-service restaurant, and customers can enjoy a casual dining experience with spectacular views of the golf course and valley. A fully stocked golf shop, staffed by PGA of Canada professionals, is equipped to meet all of your golf apparel and equipment needs. Book your tee time, family event, or corporate tournament today at the Deer Valley Golf Club. Call 306-731-1445.
Capital GMC is your used car destination. We're overstocked and priced to move, so shop online or in-store to get the best deal on any one of our massive selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Every certified vehicle includes the balance of manufacturer's warranty, 150-plus point inspection, roadside assistance, and certified exchange privilege. So save the depreciation and buy pre-owned. Capital GMC is your used car destination at the corner of Rochdale and Pasqua in Regina.
Here's how your business can be a part of Canada's fastest growing sports talk show. All you have to do is contact us, and we will tell you all about the dynamic and exciting marketing opportunities we have, utilizing a fully integrated 360-degree multi-platform. Imagine your business seen and heard across Canada on Game Plus TV and around the world on the Rod Pedersen Digital Network. You will use one of the most overused expressions in sports. You gotta be kidding me. Get your business involved. Contact the Rod Pedersen Show today.
Laid back and kicking it, let's head back to the studio. Here's Rod.
Here we go. Welcome back to the RP Show, everybody. Moose DuPont has rejoined us. How are you, Moose?
Amazing.
In his Wheat Kings golf shirt. He was digging in the tickle trunk for Scooter, the Wheat Kings GM, because he's adorned us with a virtual merchandise store. Christmas here, if we can get him something.
Oh, yeah.
You'll find it after, eh?
Of course.
So thanks to the branded Wheat Kings. Who was it earlier that said, I'm the Oprah? Somebody wrote in.
Yeah.
I don't remember, said Rod's the Oprah of sports talk. And that's no. I'm the Whoopi Goldberg of sports talk, because this is the view for sports fans. Ryan McCarthy is watching in Saratoga, New York. And he says, if the RP Show is like Jerry Springer, Frenzy needs to throw a chair at Dupes tomorrow while we all chant, Roddy, Roddy, Roddy. Did you watch Springer?
I thought I was the Steve Wilkos here.
Jerry.
Right?
The Steve Wilkos show never really caught fire.
No, but the muscle on the show to keep everything separate. I thought that's what I do here.
That's Ryan's job.
Ah, yes. I'll take the obligatory chair to the face.
We were taking. I gotta ask for your help here. The viewer takeover questions are coming in early. Gentlemen, Landon and Kamloops asked me for Netflix suggestions. Like, hey, there we go. Thank you, producer Clark. Who's kidding who? He's the beef around here.
Yeah, that's right. He is the Steve Wilkos.
Yeah. He's the beefcake. The serpent? What?
I'm going to spit my coffee out everywhere.
We've had a few of those.
Yeah.
Clark Griswold.
Oh, man. I could just... When
you don't mow another man's lawn.
Well, the context of that, right? You're talking about Newton and... oh, man. The
Wayne
only
Newton.
person who doesn't like Wayne Newton is Clark Griswold. I'm thinking of Ellen in the front row. He's singing to her. And I was thinking of this,
My story.
Oh, yeah.
My wife's okay with that. I almost got in a brawl at the Greek Isles in Las Vegas one night at a Rat Pack tribute show. Brandon, you seem shocked, Crozy, that it was the old me. The old me. That guy's gone now. He's dead and gone. Anyways, Netflix suggestions. The Serpent. Write these down. The Serpent.
Yep.
Ginny in Georgia. The Baker and the Beast. Superstore. And we've had a few new ones added. Archer. The Jinx. City on a Hill.
Okay.
Somebody wrote in. Was that not one of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, City on a Hill. And Dean Barton watching. He says the Cecil Hotel. I started that one. It didn't stick with me, but some people might like it. Let's do a sports update while we're here. Okay, for G2G protein bars. The Vancouver Canucks look to win their third in a row since coming back from a COVID-19 outbreak. Vancouver hosts the Ottawa Senators after winning 2 in a row against the first-place Maple Leafs. The Canucks are 10 points back of the Montreal Canadiens for the fourth and final playoff spot in the North Division, but have 5 games in hand. Brooke Henderson hopes to make up ground today at the LA Open. The Canadian golf star is 5 shots back of leader Jessica Korda after 1 round of the LPGA Tour event. Korda shot 7 under yesterday. Hamilton's Elena Sharp is 1 over, and Calgary's Jacqueline Lee is 8 over. The Canadian Elite Basketball League announced Wednesday that out of respect for the gravity of the coronavirus situation in many parts of Canada, and in order to play a greater role in lifting up the communities in which its teams play, the league will push back the start of its 14-game regular season from June 5th to now June 24th. And a heavyweight battle in the NBA's Eastern Conference tonight. The first-place Philadelphia 76ers are in Milwaukee, facing the third-place Bucks. Fear the deer. Both teams have lost 2 in a row. The sports update for dubnetwork.ca, your number one source for Western Hockey League breaking news and analysis with the best team of writers across Western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Visit today, dubnetwork.ca, and for Ben Cahoon's G2G protein bars, RP Show viewers get 20% off with the promo code RP Show. Order yours now at g2gbars.ca. I felt for a minute, we had Arash on there last segment. You watched it.
Yep.
Now, he's a big-time major network television guy, so I wasn't going to ask him about the CEBL postponing because I don't know if he follows it or not. And he's on Blue Jays broadcast, right? He's the host with Hazel May. But I'm sitting there going with the CEBL, CFL to a degree, because their tickets aren't cheap, but they're not expensive. Are we as Canadian sports fans going to just sit back on our duff and watch the Raptors and the Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs forever? Because that's what MLSE wants and the networks. That's all they cover and that's all they talk about. Or are we going to get off our butts and go support the Canadian Hockey League teams and the CEBL teams and the Western Canadian Baseball League teams? Like, come on. It's a gargantuan recovery effort for minor league sports, if I may, in Canada. It's not Arash's fault, man. It's his job to talk about what he talks about. But we're still going to go to those sports, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who's talking about him?
That's right. Who's talking about him? And it comes right back down to the square root of the issue. It becomes the players, the teams, the leagues. It's their job to build it. It's their job to build it, not the network's job to build it. I think
we need to do it together.
I think we do have to do it together, but it's their job. And those leagues are doing it the right way by building relationships with the media, like us. They're building great relationships with us, and we build together. And the more they're telling us how great their league is, and bringing us out, it makes us want to cover their league. And the more that happens, the more people will go to the games. And the more the people go to the games, the more the major media will talk about it, because it's what the fans want to talk about, right?
Yes.
If the stadiums are packed, the networks will cover it. If the stadiums are empty, the networks won't.
Well, I want to say this again. My brother, who watches every day the Cowboys, he goes, it's too bad there isn't a Western Canadian TSN. And I'm like, Deesh, that's us. We're talking about the things that people care about. And hence the Wheat Kings dropping off gear and every other team dropping off gear, because nobody's talking about them, save for their local CKLQ and their local newspaper. But right, nationally, the coverage has fallen way up. The major market newspapers don't spend as much time as they use. When I say major market, I mean Saskatoon, Regina, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg don't spend as much time, and they all have teams in their backyards.
You know, but you look at the Saskatchewan Rush in our backyard is a great case study. They announced they were coming. It was big news that a pro team was coming, and we all kind of expected, to be honest, that it would kind of leapfrog the Western Hockey League in the market a little bit, and it would get about 7,000-8,000 fans a game. That's what we were hoping for, which would double the attendance of the Blades, and it would become the biggest thing in that city. And the media kind of gave it appropriate coverage. And then all of a sudden, 15,000 people showed up, and season tickets went crazy.
Sold out every game.
And then it was leading newspaper headlines. It was leading the television coverage. It was all over the radio. And then it just snowballs,
yes,
right?
But the Urbans who own the Rush, they're marketing geniuses. I think they took a little bit of the NLL handbook and a little bit of what they knew themselves, because I was up there for Rough Rider training camp at the time going, you can't turn around in this town without having that Rush logo smudged right in your face.
Which is incredibly expensive, which is a big risk. I mean, if you have money to burn, great. But you have to put that out there and understand, we're going to spend this money. We're not going to make it back in year one. But we're going to get a ton of excitement, and in year two, it's really going to pay off. In year three, it's really going to pay off, and we're going to grow.
They're telling us we have to break. So Donald, Ryan, Robin, Nelson, hang on. We'll get to all your comments next in overtime because they're great. Go smash a chair, Moose.
I'm on it.
It's the RP Show on Game Plus TV, Canada's daytime sports talk show. On YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk at rodpedersen.com.
Head to youtube.com/The Rod Pedersen Show now. You gotta subscribe. Click the subscribe button for all the content you may have missed.
People donate blood for moments like this.
But there are lots of reasons why Canada's Lifeline needs donors every day.
Like the fact that someone with leukemia can need up to 8 units of blood a week.
Or that donated blood lasts no longer than 42 days.
Or to help new moms and babies, like Henry.
There's lots of reasons to donate blood. That's why we need donors every day.
The need for blood is constant. Join Toyota and our Toyota dealers in supporting Canada's Lifeline.
Universal Collision Center is Saskatchewan's premier auto body shop. Our extensive process ensures that every vehicle that comes through our state-of-the-art facilities is returned pre-accident condition, and that every UCC customer experience is an easy one. We're certified to repair all makes, all models, and all luxury brands, and Universal Auto Spa offers full-service detailing packages to suit you and your vehicle. Plus, we're the official body shop of your Saskatchewan Rough Riders. Universal Collision Center, 3910 Rochdale Boulevard and 2355 First Avenue in Regina.
Bronco Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Regina and surrounding areas since 1978. We are excited to announce the new Bryant Furnace Trade-in Allowance Program. If you have a working Bryant furnace, 15 years old or less, you may be eligible to receive a new furnace at a discounted rate. If you'd like to take advantage of the Bryant Trade-in Program, or to hear how we can help improve your home, give us a call today at 306-781-2090.
At Prairie Mobile, you can get the phone you want when you want. All smartphones are $0 every day. With convenient locations across Saskatchewan, Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer, has you covered. Visit us online at prairiemobile.com.
If you could spend less time in the field, more time with your family, and make more money at the same time, would you do it? Verge's farm operations planning technology eliminates unnecessary turns, improves in-field communication, application accuracy, and reduces deadheading. Finish fields faster, burn less fuel, and use fewer inputs, all in one simple-to-use, web-based solution. Do more of what you want, when you want, with the people you love by subscribing to Launchpad by Verge today.
IKS Live. IKS Live. Western Canada's premier production services company. LED sign rentals. Video production. Event management. Look no further than IKS Live. Visit our website. IKS Live. Always the best seat in the house. IKS Live.
Hey, Rod Squad, now you can join the team with your very own RP Show gear. Head to rodpedersenshop.com and get yours today while supplies last. It's just like we wear on the show, official RP Show gear at rodpedersenshop.com.
You got something to say? You want to add to the show? What are you waiting for? Don't just sit there. Say something. Now, back to the studio with Rod.
Making notes here of all your Netflix suggestions because you can only golf so much.
Well, and your evenings are going to all of a sudden be free soon.
I know. All the hockey guys are saying, and girls, I'm really going to miss this dub stuff. I bet you are too, Crozy. What are we going to do with ourselves when this is up in 10 days?
That's right.
Kevin Olenek, watching on YouTube, says, Duty. Is there a show called Duty? As in Call of Duty? I wrote it down.
I don't think it's
Jason in Red Deer says, just started watching Shot in the Dark. Yeah?
Jordan's a big fan.
Okay. I'm going to try it.
You know what, right, Jordan? This is like what he did at the Walmart when it was on fire, right? Caught the footage, Shot in the Dark, freelance, that kind of underground world.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mike Horrigan writes in, he says, another fun show, RP, digging it in the 6. Thank you for watching. Jennifer Illingworth says, and before I forget, they have the Pats cards at the Pats store. They only sold out online. Got my 2 packs yesterday as well. Ordered my Brooks and Steele jerseys. There you go. She's dropping the change on Pat's gear. Story in the New York Times today on Connor Bedard. Ryan Wildy. That's Lynch. Don't worry. It's Lynch. Don't worry. We're only on the air over here. Nothing important.
Just made Crow's Day.
Frenzy's here for our next show taping. Robin Wildy. Good to see you, Frenzy. The 2 Johns. Let's tell the story about when you two went to Mexico together. You remember that? Lynch got kicked off the nude beach for taking pictures.
How about that?
How about that?
True story. With one of those Kodak disposables, right? You still got those photos? You still got them?
Then he waits 6 weeks, gets it back from the photo lab, and realizes he missed the shot, and the picture turned out bad.
How do you know?
I don't, but I'm guessing.
Robin in Prince Albert says, any chance of getting a Raider guest on before the Dub Hub is out? That's a tough one. I got to be honest. There's teams in the Dub Hub that are working their tails off to help us out. They may or may not have 204 in their area code. So I guess if the Raiders wanted to send somebody over, that's their deal. But it's the Wheat Kings on the ice, and the Pats are, I can't say much about your Blades.
Too busy winning. Okay.
Okay, Shooter McGavin. Check the standings.
I'm wearing the Wheat Kings gear, okay?
Yeah, because the Blades don't give you anything. I'm writing more shows down. The Raging Dolphins maniac in Syracuse says, I just discovered The Good Place on Netflix. Great show.
I've heard it's good.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 shows here. We're good for a while. Tim Hill writes in on Facebook, says, great podcast. Is that what we are?
Sure.
I'll never forget Jason Claremont sat in that chair.
A little bit of everything.
Should be in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame. BC Lions great. He looked at me in a break. He goes, is this a podcast? I'm like, I don't know. It's a show.
Yeah.
Line of Duty is the name of this show. William May in Lloydminster says, it's on my bucket list to go see the Rush and the Rattlers. Whatever your local NLL or CEBL team is, go support them. The tickets are cheap as borscht.
And the gear is nice.
Very nice stuff. I think the Saskatchewan Rattlers have probably the nicest gear in the province. I love that, what would you call it, forest green and tan, or sand. Sand and forest green.
Yeah.
It's so nice. From Nelson, our VP of Sim Events, I brought it up last week or a few weeks back. TSN and Sportsnet used to give these leagues the time of day, but now unless something impressive or shocking happens and ends up a highlight of the night, or Ram 1v1, they don't even get an ounce of breath. I think it's almost time that people need to stop banging on TSN and Sportsnet, because what do they push? The Raptors, the Blue Jays, the Leafs, the curling. Well, not CFL. I don't understand why they don't as much there. But it's their own properties. I get it. And you would say, maybe we'll turn this over to you. It's not TSN and Sportsnet's job to market those other leagues.
TSN and Sportsnet are now in the business of capitalizing on all the growth that they did. They did the Canadian Hockey League. They did the NLL back in the day as they were growing their brand, and now they've got all the heavyweight brands under their umbrella. So now it's literally about transaction, like only giving you what is at the very top tier and what's making the most money. They've cut everything else off the menu. They're only giving you the steak.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas the small restaurants want to show you all these new independent different items and try and build themselves up as reputable. TSN's just cashing in now and hanging on till the end.
Yeah, and you can't blame them.
No.
You know. Troy in Toronto from Sober Athletic, where it says, this is a highly professionally produced and broadcast show, not a podcast. You have my attention from noon to 2 p.m. Eastern. How about that?
Yeah.
And that's a credit to IKS Media and all the people that work behind the scenes here. And Jeff in Winnipeg says, I've stopped waiting for the word from the CFL. Go all other sports. Well, the word is August 5th. Arash said it earlier. I'll say we'll check back with you in August because we're talking about these other things. Cool?
That's right.
15 seconds. Nelson says they literally gave you word yesterday. Yeah, we got the word yesterday, August 5th.
That's right.
Tonight in the Dub Hub, Saskatoon, PA, Swift Current Pats will have the call. Tomorrow, AJ Jakubik and Barry Davis on the Blue Jays. See you then. We don't know what we're doing.